Welcome to episode 2 of Mr. Walter's Woodshop. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple shaker style barn door using 1x6s. We're going to use primed pine from Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get this. It's square on all 4 sides, which is nice. And usually this type of wood is a lot straighter than just the pine that's common board that you can get. Because it is small pieces put together with finger joints and cut straight. So it's a little bit straighter, and we're going to be painting this door. So it has a nice primer already on it, which helps with the painting. It's also a little bit smoother than some of the common boards would be. So we're going to use this for the sides and the top. We need to cut 4 pieces at 83 inches because that's how tall our door is going to be. And then for the top pieces, we're going to cut them at 22 inches because when you put the sides and the 22-inch piece together, that makes a 33-inch door. So our total door size is going to be 33 by 83. We're going to use this for the outside, and then the inside or the middle of the door is going to be this 1/2-inch birch plywood that we have. So in order to make this, we need to cut these down to size on the miter saw. We're going to use pocket holes on the tops and bottoms to join them together. Then what we're going to do is add a rabbet on the inside edge on both the top and the bottom parts of the frames. That way, this piece of wood insets into the frame and then it's locked in there and can't go anywhere. Once we have both frames cut out, that put in place, we're going to use glue and nails to put it all together, and then we're going to make sure everything is flush and even and trim. Then we're going to paint it, and we have our finished barn door. Alright, so we want to take the rabbet and put it right through here and cut this part off. Now I have a special router bit that I really like. I got it on Amazon. It comes with a whole bunch of different bearings that you can put on it. So that way you can get the exact size of the rabbet that you want. So this piece is on here because I want a 1/2 inch taken off from the edge because I built the plywood, or cut the plywood piece to be 1 inch longer than the insides of the frame. So if I take a 1/2 inch off of each side, that'll add to an inch, and then we can put it on top. So this router bit has a small bearing. This is exactly a 1/2 inch. So now I can cut all those pieces using this router bit. And I have that bearing just to put up against it, so I don't have to set up a fence, I don't have to set up anything. I just need to put the piece of wood up against this bearing and it will cut. Now the one thing you want to do is on the long sides is you don't want to go all the way to the top and bottom because you're going to have some pocket holes that screw in. You just want to make sure you do it high enough that the wood piece can fit inside of it. So on the router table, for the small pieces, you want to cut all the way across the entire piece. You want to make sure that the pocket hole side is face down because you want that rabbet to be on the inside of your frame. it's time to cut the rabbets here on the stiles of the door. You want to make sure that you have it go to at least where this groove ends. Okay, so where this groove ends, it needs to go at least this far. Now, this is going to be face down, so it's a little harder to see, so you might want to just mark it across the top. Maybe a little bit on top. Just gonna know where that router should start and where it should stop. It has to make sure it has to go to at least this far, so that way our plywood piece fits inside of it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to screw in with the pocket holes all of the rails and stiles together. Then we're going to put our large piece of plywood in there, make sure it fits. Do the same thing with the other pieces, put it on top and secure it. So let's do that. So again, this is cut 10 inches smaller than the top, so it's 73 in the top. And then it's cut 23 wide. So because we did a ½ inch groove on all the sides, it should fit right in there. It is pretty snug. It's a pretty tight fit. Now we're going to put the second piece together, put it on top, and then we'll even out the sides, and it should be good to go. Now we're actually going to put it together. We have our face that's going to go outside of the door facing down. We put in our plywood sheet. So now I'm going to take my other outside edge that I did. I'm going to put it on top. I'm going to glue everything down, and then I'm going to stick it in with some nails. I'm going to use some brad nails to hold it together. It's going to dry. All together, and then if I need to, I'm going to come around with a flush trim bit, make sure everything on the outsides is flush, even with each other, and then it's ready for painting. All right. Our barn door. What I talked about to do with the caulking is you're going to go through and get all these grooves. So if there's any gaps or anything like that, it'll all be covered with some caulking before you paint it, so it gives a nice professional finish. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use what's called a flush trim bit. So if you look here, it's got a bearing at the top, okay, and then you have the cutting edges down below it. What this is going to do is this bearing is going to go alongside one of the pieces of wood, and it's going to cut the top piece of wood even with that piece on there. So it's hard to tell from the video, I'll do a close-up, but this edge on the bottom goes further back. This edge on the top sticks out a little bit. So we're going to use this to make them perfectly even with each other. I forgot to do a close-up, but anywhere you can see the wood dust flying off, that means it was not flush in those spots. So to prepare the door for paint, the first thing you do is put wood filler in all the cracks and dents and nail holes, sand it smooth, and I put caulking around all the corners. And once I have that done, I went out in the backyard and sprayed it. Then you can see here's a time-lapse video of me installing the door, After it was up on the track, I added the handle and added a guide at the bottom, and then you'll see pictures of how it turned out in the very end.